Well, it is finally time for round 4 of True Sim here at Olympia Fields North. We are playing off the tips once more. High winds out of the west. The fairways are once again very firm. We've firmed up on the greens as well, moderate, and still that fast green speed. So, kind of a mixture of all of the conditions that we've seen so far. Thank you for the luck, guys. What's going on, Pat? All right. Well, let's see if we can maybe, just maybe, score this par 5. Be a good way to start the round. We almost eagled it on round 3. What is that? All right. Apparently, we're gonna swing faster than faster than we ever have. Well, that's gonna make scoring very, very difficult. Alrighty then. Not the best of starts. That's for sure. That's there it is. Okay, so the good swing isn't gone. I don't know what I did. My my hand-eye coordination very much so let me down. A little bit of an upslope, a little bit of wind into the face. I think what we can probably do here is get a little bit outside. Just let this ride the wind back. That felt good. Come on, go left. We'll take that. We'll absolutely take that. That is one way to rally back after that tee shot. Like you can't write yourself off with it. I want to eagle, obviously. That's always going to be my goal. But just because you find the rough doesn't mean you can't go up and down for bird. Okay. I thought that was going to cut back a little bit too much, and all I did not want was to see the ball end up in that bunker. That would have been the absolute worst place for us to end up. Pitching wedge, slight uphill, wind in. All right, I think this could be money. I think this could be money. Gotta execute. We've been 99% on the last couple of swings, which obviously is leaving us short, especially into a headwind like that. Can't really afford to be coming up on the short end because you're not going to get release up to the hole. All right, uphill. Looks like maybe a little right to left towards the end of this. Lost it behind my head, but that is a birdie start. Felt like that ball kind of like came out to the right a little bit too, which had me concerned. Like you see the initial contact, yeah, the initial stroke of the ball. I guess you're not really striking a putt. But see that initial stroke and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, like I know it's going right to left, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm not banking on a ton of right to left. It's always the scary thing. Like, sometimes these putts just feel like they take off on an angle, and I don't know if that's, like, just inherently an issue with the game. Or what, but sometimes, yeah, it just feels like ball kind of jumps off the face in a direction. 9-iron, I'm gonna give it some D-loft. I think we actually need to cut this wind a little. A little fast. Honestly, like, the fast is what gets us offline there, I think. Pretty good on the distance control. Now, we do leave ourselves with a slight downhiller. It's more so the brake on this one that's of concern. So we're gonna cut left to right. I think it's still braking at the end, just not nearly as much. Somewhere out here, mayhaps? All right, not able to bring the birdie home, but that's typically how those misses go. So I'm not entirely surprised at myself at how we missed that putt there. Obviously, I want to make it, but really and truly, I thought I was given that enough. I mean, we're gonna snap early, it's gonna hold, and it's gonna break at the end, but I think what ends up happening is the angle turns, and I'm like, okay, it's only moving this little bit, but really the ball is already on that angle, so it's even lower. So I've gotta be able to make those adjustments a little better. I'm giving this a slight amount of D-loft. Pretty good strike. I'm a little surprised even with that D-loft that the wind is able to knock that shot down so much. I always feel like the pitches aren't affected as much by like those, at least not on tailwinds, and especially, you know, I didn't think on those slight side winds as well, but clearly is not the case, because that still knocked me back a few yards. Now we're left 15 feet. We got to get it uphill 2 inches as well. The brake on this is not super clear. It kind of looks like it would want to brake right to left because of that to the side of me. And you kind of get that feeling here. This direction feels a little bit straighter and then left at the end. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with the straight ball. We're gonna go with the straight ball. I'm kind of expecting a little bit right to left at the start and then maybe left to right at the end to bring it back home. Ends up just being the right to left. I don't know, there's something about sometimes with these courses on True Sim, it's not necessarily just the courses, and it's not necessarily just True Sim, but sometimes the combination, it's very, very difficult to get an accurate read. And I don't know what visually is playing that trick. Like, I don't know what it is that when you look from different angles and you see different contours of the green, I would think that it would look the same no matter which way you look at it, but that's just simply not true. Ugh. Getting myself down into flop territory has not been good to me lately. I really gotta work on my flop game. I've been so bad with its tempo of late. Been just fast on everything. Baby's doing well, Brands. Thank you for asking. He is doing quite well. Still in that sleep regression, but he normally sleeps well, so sleep regression is, from what I've heard, more like what it is like for the average baby at this age. So, also, what a putt! Can we just take a minute to admire that? New Madden's fun. That's what I've just heard. Baby is around 4.5 months old. So, I mean, he's been sleeping through the night since like a month old, 6 weeks or so. So now he's up like once or twice a night, like longer, and then you play a little bit of pacifier tag. So we've definitely been very, very lucky. Yeah, up until this point. Hey, what's going on, Lickety? Welcome back. Nice strike. Decent line. I kind of knew that it was going to be long, but I don't know. I would just rather be on this shelf. You know, I can't really shape it too much because of the bunker in front. Like, that was the main concern. I definitely didn't want to deal with that. I want to make sure we're on the green. Yeah, it leaves us this downhill, slightly breaking putt. But I think I have to be okay with that. Maybe it's 3 weeks today, Max? Congrats, man. That's exciting. Hopefully everything has been good with that. There's all the break, just a little bit too much pace, so it all comes after. Choosing me over BMW Championship, so let's see some content. I'll try it, man. We've got some scoring going here in round 4 thus far. What's the one thing that surprised me about being a dad? I think like I think just parenting in general, I think like how much you obsess over, you know, your kid going to the bathroom and like those sorts of things, and then how quickly you don't care about getting covered in pee or poop or whatever. Like, you know, kid blows out, you're just like, ah, crap, like, here we go. You just kind of, you know, most of your concerns just kind of get thrown to the wayside pretty quickly. Yeah, you just kind of deal with it. Yeah, the lack of view time that you get is, yeah, that's definitely a big one too. Although, fortunately, we get a little bit of us time because my wife and I will trade off. Like, I have 2 days a week where I don't. All right, yeah, she takes some, like, I have a day during the week where I don't have meetings, so she takes advantage of that, and I kind of work and take care of him. You know, we'll swap off, like, 2 days a week. She goes and takes a class, and, you know, I get stream, and he sleeps well, so we get some time at night. Birdie this? Birdie my favorite type of extremely long par 3? You got it. Here we go. $259-yard birdie coming right up. Honestly, if that lands like a yard sooner, it gets a way bigger kick. The very firm kick would have helped get us up the hill. Imagine, yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like, oh, if we landed that a little bit shorter, get the bigger kick, maybe actually have a chance at this thing. Going in? Looks like we've got left to right at the start of this. Lickety with the prime sub, and I haven't even birdied. Alright. I'll take it. Lickety, thank you very, very much for the prime sub. I hope you enjoy your faces. It's going in. We're willing it in. Okay. I like the vibes you're giving it. I like the vibes you're giving it. What I'm having a hard time telling is like how the green slopes in general, because I'm mostly wanting to read it left to right, but it's also uphill, so fake break. I guess it's not really fake break, it's just long enough that I can't see what's in the middle there. I'm sorry, Lickety. I'm sorry, man. Give it back. That's why you can't preemptively give me subs. You can't preemptively do that. That one's on you. I knew that you had a lot of faith, but I knew from experience that the odds of me making that slim at best. Alright, I don't really like that the wind felt like it was shifting. Really good distance control. Not loving the wind reads here, but you know, it's okay. What I need is a putt read, though. What I need is a putt read. All bets would indicate right to left, considering there's a slope off of that side. So I'm gonna play for that. Does that make up for it, Lickety? Is that better? I know we don't get it on the long par 3, but we'll count that one as a birdie and the par 4 as a par? Or is that unacceptable? Do I need an eagle somewhere to compensate? Hey, 5 under going out. I would say that's solid. I would say that is solid. All right. Gap wedge pitch. So I will take that. Not my greatest of swings. However, I thought that I like omega slowed that. The way that felt off of my joystick, like I immediately had that just like sinking feeling in my chest of that was awful. The result is going to be absolutely terrible. Oh, what a putt! Oh, what a putt! Oh, what a putt! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what a putt! Oh, what a putt! Alright, I gotta stop before we get copyright strike, because I know it sounds so good. So much like the original. I appreciate it, Brance. Alright, we're kind of in between here. Got a D-Loft just to get it. Let's think about this. So that's the 111, that would be to the pin, and then the wind some more. I'm hoping that I'm reading this right, because this could end up terribly otherwise. Oh, hello, wind. I waited too long. The wind didn't like that. Tried to really throw a curveball. Alrighty. I guess now we can play this like here with the stock sandwich, like go up a club. The slow's gonna keep me out there. And I just completely combat that wind. Distance is on point. Witty comments and Hemos always crack you up. Hey, as long as somebody finds him as funny as I do, that's all that counts. Otherwise, I'm just that annoying guy. But like, that's just my humor. Like, I've always been like the quick wit, stupid word association. Like, that's just how my brain works. Also, I have no regrets about banning you. Because again, memes. Oh, that's a shame. Thought I was gonna come back. Spam his chat all day while working. Yeah, well, like I've pretty much always used my bans in his stream as just like a joke. So it's all about the timing and humor for me with those. Yeah, like it's only for a day. Like people aren't using. Like I've received my fair share of bans. I think I'm back to like 400,000, something like that. That's not the input you're looking for. That ain't it, Chief. How do I have so many? Being subbed for... What is it? I'm at like 4.5 years of being subbed and I watch all the time. So... ends up leading to quite a few channel points. Alright, this ought to be rolling in the deep. Where's the break? I mean, I definitely overhit that, but surely that should have broken a little bit more, I thought. All right, this is kind of that point in the, I think it's just the design of these holes. I struggle immensely. I struggle immensely on some of these holes in the start of the back nine. Is it 17 yards that we're looking to clear here? I guess we can do this. Where did the fast start coming from? It's 2 holes in a row, and it's kind of killing the Emperor's Groove. Just kidding, I'm not the Emperor, but I do love that movie. surprised I find him as entertaining. I mean, I would say that we're decent friends at this point. That's gonna release too much, isn't it? Not too bad, but kind of breaking the other way. Breaking my heart. But yeah, I mean, Hemo and I have known each other since 2016. So like, I've been sub 4.5 years, but I've been watching him for 7, dear God. Yeah, it's been a long time. Anyone else that I watch as much? No, he's pretty much my like daytime work stream. So like, he starts about an hour into my workday, so I essentially will get up, eat breakfast while I'm checking my emails and get started working, then he'll come on. I'll have him on all day, and then he stays on until about 1 to 2 o'clock my time, and I work until 3. And then I don't really watch streams at night because I'm hanging out with my wife. Winding down for the day and stuff. Well, I guess hanging out with my son at this point, too. Okay, so I've lost my tempo. Well, I start at 7, so I work 7 to 3. I just have like a shifted schedule, which I much prefer because it gets me going early. I've got time later in my day. I also really love having like the shortest amount of time left in my workday after lunch. Work 5 hours, eat, and then have 2 hours left. It's a pretty good gig. Alright, I expect this to like take a hard turn at the start and then kind of slowly trickle, but I'm hoping that this is a good read from here. Turn. Oh man, it was there. It was there for the taking. It looked and felt pretty good. Just no real turn left at the end. Okay. So we've got to get this started over the left side of the fairway. It's maybe about as close to the left side of the fairway as I would ever want it to be. But we're good, and that now means we have a chance to maybe get to the green in 2. 249, so we do have a chance. There we go. There we go. Couple of fast swings. But now we're talking. I like that angle. I don't think I could have landed it much shorter without getting like a really big bounce. And I don't know if it's uphill onto the green there, so you're always also just risking that. I feel like I'm seeing some left to right break in this. It's too much too early. I saw a little bit at the end. I didn't see the early stuff. Hey, take it easy, Brands. Have a good night, man. Always good to see you. 98. Oh. This is actually going to end up being a fairly low iron, I think, going in here, just because you've got you've got the big downhill and elevation, or well, that's the same thing, Colby. Big hill and the elevation. What a profound statement. Now you've got the wind and the downhill. The two of those things are gonna play together. So all of a sudden we're talking like 25 yards extra carry. Well, that gets us to the green. I kind of expect it to still release a bit, but I can't really commit to much else. Up a club I feel like is too long. 8 iron, I'm just hoping it gets there. 97%, we're gonna end up in the bunker. Underhit it. Underhit it. We were already on the tight squeeze, but I didn't want to go up a club. I didn't like the 7 iron. It's too much. Alright, a little bit uphill on the green. Pretty straight. I mean, maybe a touch left to right, and like it's below our feet, so a little bit more. Just kind of expecting that to go out to the side. Now, we've got a pretty crap lie. It's not plugged. It's not good. Hit it fast. That's okay. Let's say should be manageable enough to get up and down. Man, I have me in this back nine. I don't think have been super friendly, or at least the start of the back nine. I feel like for the most part, that's been a pretty consistent place where we just haven't been able to score super consistently. Just need to replicate a couple more of these really nice swings for the final few. Get this round into the clubhouse. Now, need a few more yards off of this. Up the hill, ball's below the feet, should come out to the right. Wind bring it back a bit. Oh, that came out way to the right, but it's coming back. That's beautiful. Hey, what's going on, Rookie? Family's good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Okay, come on. Let's close it out. Let's close it out. One more birdie. We're feeling real fancy. Maybe a hole out eagle. Yeah, you can never say never. We've had one hole out eagle in this tournament already. This one would definitely be much tougher to acquire, but I'm not gonna write it off. Not gonna write it off. You can never say never. It's a little bit too much right. Okay. Those slight diagonal winds seem to be getting me into trouble more, and I wonder if it's because that lie plays into the wind. That very well could be the reason for that. How is this? Feels like from behind the ball, maybe slightly right. I feel like this whole thing is right to left. From other angles, I'm not getting as much of that feeling. I don't know. It's like fairly flat, but I think I have to play for something. It seems like there's some sort of ridge in here. Yep, there it is. There's a ridge in the middle. Well, I wasn't gonna ever guess that much break. I was never in a million years gonna put that much break. But 8 under, so that's best round 4 out of the rounds that are in thus far. That being said, the leader is already at 33, so fingers crossed they shoot somehow only 1 under on the last round. Don't think it's gonna happen. That would be the only way that we can hold on to potentially a win. But I would say this is a very solid outing. We didn't have the best stuff on the putting game, but overall I feel like we played very, very well this week. I'm very pleased.